All right. Whoa, this lighting is not good, but we're going to go with it. Usually you see me everywhere else, but today we are right here at my desk. This is the other view you get. I've been watching a lot of small channels, and they have been like saying, whoa, sorry. They've been just on here like, just go on, go on every day. And you know what? I have to say, I really appreciate that message. As somebody who is also a small channel, I don't care what people look like. I'm not on here to care what people look like. So I just care about the message that they're telling me. And if it's a positive one, then you got me as a subscriber. You know what I mean? I hope the volume on this is okay. I have a mic, but I didn't hook it up. Maybe I should do that. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, give me 1 minute. I should have done this before. I apologize. Because I was about to go on a rant and I kind of screwed up the momentum. The momentum. But anyway, so it's a Friday night. A lot of us are probably out having a life. Not this one over here. I hope that works. I guess I'm going to have to watch it back and see for myself. But anyway, so I usually go on here unfiltered. It was mostly because sometimes things just come out my mouth and it is what it is. And sometimes because I'm not going to get all dolled up. This is what it is. I'm getting older. Everybody's getting older. Me, you. I'm just coming on here and being who I am. And those who stick around, those stick around. You know what I mean? But overall, when I was talking about those small channels, they are like, keep going, keep going. And you know what? I appreciate those cheerleaders telling me to keep going and keep going. I am grateful that you come on here any which way, just getting yourself on here and saying to keep going, because I am the type of person that does need to hear it a couple of times. Sorry, not sorry. I do, because then I walk away and I'm by myself, and then all of a sudden all of my thoughts get into my head and I just start overthinking and, oh, who's going to care, blah, blah, blah. And your brain does the same thing too. My brain, your brain, all of our brains, right? Some more than others. But for those that are posting and they are just like, just get on there and post, just get on there and post, I really do appreciate it. Now, there's some other channels that are like, now hold on a minute. You don't want to just go on there. You're going to want to do, you're going to want to prep. You're going to want to work on that thumbnail. But you know what? That is automatically going to be happening as you learn more about how to work YouTube. You know what I mean? But at first, I feel like you need to get the flow going. You need to get on here. You need to get on the camera. You need to just realize that we're all in this together. We're all in this. We're all living in the same world, right? Literally, we all are breathing the air. We're all drinking the water. We're all eating the food. And we all have our own, sorry, the refrigerator is really loud. We all have our own lives that we have to take care of. And if you're going to be one that is going to be on other people's channels and knocking them down, then you kind of have to start asking yourself some questions. Like, I don't care who has some fake eyelashes on. I don't care if they have those fake eyelashes on and they're like, keep going, love yourself, then who cares? You know what I mean? Like, if you're one of those that wonder, like, oh my God, I don't know. I mean, believe me, I was the one with the eyelashes. I didn't have the fake ones. I had them once. I immediately took them off. But I mean, I'm one that's like, oh, you can't see my eyelashes. Oh, like, look, this is getting all saggy. And oh, my gray hair is starting to come out, which, by the way, I'm kind of digging the gray. I mean, I do. Sometimes I look at myself. I'm editing myself, right? I see. I see what you're seeing. But again, remember the whole beauty behind being on the eyes of the beholder. Like, what you see that you find beautiful isn't the same what other people find beautiful. And that's fine, right? I might find blonde better looking, or I might find brunettes better looking, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. because it all just depends on whoever it is, whatever eyeballs we're looking at. So if somebody doesn't like the way you look, like who cares? Right? Like seriously, that's their problem. And when I say that's their problem, at first it took me a minute to digest that. Like, is it their problem or is it my problem? But it's not my problem. It's their problem. Just like if I somebody see somebody that I don't find attractive, that's my problem, right? And I have a like I don't need to be saying anything about it. We all don't fit society's norm or society's idea of beauty. All of us, the majority of us don't. Some of us do. But that's not going to last long because it's just going to change in a couple of years and then there's going to be some other thing that people are considering beautiful according to TVs and magazines and music out there. But it doesn't it's really the message that you're putting out. Like, are you putting out a loving message? Are you going out there and saying like, "Hey, this is who you are at this moment and it's okay to be different and it's okay to love it," right? Because this is just who you are right now. Like to live hiding because and not being able to just be completely happy is just a day wasted and this day is a gift. So we do need to keep going. And I don't tell a lot of people that I know that I have this channel. I don't. Right now, I don't have anybody watching me. I can see the little numbers here when people are watching me, and I don't. And that's okay because I'm going to still come on here and tell you that you need to keep pushing, keep on keeping on, right? We all do. I mean, we can't give up on anything, even our goals. I get it. We all have family, we all have bills, we all have to go to the grocery store, we all have the kids' homeworks, and little Billy's throwing a tantrum again. And here comes Pepe with his messy hands and putting them all over the walls. Like, I mean, there's going to come a time where you're going to appreciate the mess because when the mess is gone, it's going to make you very sad. And if you don't believe me, believe me. But yeah, I mean, it's really all about what you're out here telling people. And right now, we just really need everybody's encouragement. Everybody's. I have this other channel and I went live and there was just some people that were just crude and mean. I mean, I didn't, they just, whatever, they just had their 2 cents. And it's like, how bored are you? Like, stop. What are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Like, you have the option of switching and not watching. Like, why bother telling people what you think as far as anything negative? Leave them alone. Go start your own channel. Seriously, go start your own channel because I don't understand, like, where does the hate come from? I mean, it's not bothering the majority of the people that keep on posting. It's really not, because we just see that as whoever's posting anything negative as pathetic when they're just trying to shine some light. I subscribed to a couple of people today because they were small channels. They were like 100. I mean, I'm a small channel too, right? But some people had 75 people. Some people had 1,000. Some people had 2,000. I mean, it just depended, right? I mean, those are still small channels. Obviously, some of them are bigger than mine. But I really did. I subscribed to them and I left them a comment because I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for constantly telling me that I need to come on here. Thank you for constantly telling me not to give up on the things that I want, the dreams that I have. I don't really go on here and talk about it that much because I do believe that I need to hold it in. I don't need to be telling everybody what my dreams are because then I'm like letting it out. You know what I mean? And if I keep it in, then it's more likely that it's going to happen. Some people like comment. Some people like to have, what is it called? Like, be, I want to say reliable, but that's not it. But like to tell people what their goals are. So that way they're, keeping them, what's the word? I keep thinking accommodating and I'm like, no, that's not even it. Accountable. It makes them accountable. They feel accountable when they tell others. I just feel like it lets my energy out and I need to keep it in so I can really start making a diamond, right? And not just a bunch of sand. So that's why I don't really tell people what it is that I'm thinking or what my real goals are. But I know that I've had a 9-to-5 and I do have a 9-to-5 and I love it. I love my job. I feel so fulfilled in my job, other than the fact that it gives me arthritis every now and then. And I feel like every day I'm living my best life. I'm doing what I love in all areas. I mean, I'm stuck a little bit with the photography here, but that's okay because I'm going to keep on working on it. But what keeps me from turning that TV off or I don't know, getting bogged down, I'm get obsessed with K-dramas. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. I get on them and I binge one and then I have to tell myself to stop because I can easily turn around and binge another one. But I do. I get to a point where I just kind of want to escape a little bit, which I get. But watching these people telling me, "What are you doing? Keep going. Don't stop. What are you doing?" Like they just sit there and they tell me, and I just want to be able to tell everybody else too, because I need to hear it a couple of times a day. I really do. I need someone to be like, "Hey, hey, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? Why are you wasting your time doing that? You got to come over here and stay focused." And I do. And I have a couple of people that I watch. I unfortunately don't remember their names, but I know that Dodash is one. And I go into her comments and then I start looking from other people. And if they're saying the same kind of thing, then I'm listening. I am right there listening. I know that I don't go on here and do it and do this whole motivational. I want to, you know what I mean? But sometimes I just turn on the camera and I'm like, if you watch the next couple of videos that I just have posted, because I put out 3 of them today, you're gonna see that. A couple of them, I just stopped. I just put the camera down because I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even post for 5 days because I'm like, I don't have anything in me. I don't think anybody's gonna care. But then I wasn't watching their content. And then I went back on there again yesterday or today. Both probably. No, I know today definitely, but I'm wondering about yesterday. And just hearing them say, "Hey, who cares what people think? Just do it. Who cares if you're going to flop on this one video? Just do it. Just keep doing it." And gosh, I have to say, I really appreciate them. Even if they're in the car, if they're sitting there, obviously you shouldn't be driving, but I mean, if they're just sitting there and they're just telling me to just keep at it, I would love to create some content where I am just out there constantly exploring and taking pictures and then coming home. Like that would be great. But obviously, we all got some bills to pay, so I can't just be out there, constantly quite yet. But at the moment, we're going to do some stuff in my apartment. And that's going to be fine too, because this is just literally where I'm at. I don't even think I leave the majority. Sometimes throughout the week, I don't even leave. Like I'm just home. And luckily, I live in a safe community, so I feel fine being home constantly. And I have to say, I really do love my life. I really do love my life. I love everything. I love everything I do throughout the whole day, even on the Saturdays and Sundays. And before, I used to dread Saturdays and Sundays because I felt like I was more alone because I'm already alone, right? And then it's like, oh my God, now I don't even have a job. I feel like I lost my purpose. I feel like during Monday through Friday, my purpose is to work so I can pay the bills or go, somewhere or buy something or whatever it is that I need to do, make the car payment, the electricity, the Wi-Fi, the cell phone. And I mean, I have to say that on the weekends, I was sad. I was like Friday nights, I had some issues with Friday nights for a while. And a part of it was, come on, Papa. Sorry, he's meowing at me. A part of it was that I didn't really have anything to do. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any plans. For the longest time, I've literally just been in different states, different apartments, not having anybody to hang out with really. I mean, sometimes I did, but sometimes I really didn't. I didn't have anyone. And I'd go places. Hello, you watch all of my content. If you watch my content, I am going places by myself. Like that's all I'm doing. And when the weekend came, it's like, oh, I'm not even working. Sometimes I just wanted to work just to, I guess you can say, find some purpose. I think working with the horses in Colorado and doing some volunteer work with the puppies and then with the butterfly, I did find that purpose and it felt great because I would go there, take the content, come home, make the videos. And I did find that purpose within me. I felt like there was a reason, something for me to do. And I would go somewhere and I would go out in nature and then I would be sad again. Like nature was taking all of the sadness out of me. It was like, like you just see something beautiful and you don't have anyone to share it with. And it's sad and it gets lonely. But then once I started giving myself a purpose as far as like, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to start taking pictures. And then it turned into, hey, I like the pictures when they move. That's a video. That's getting into videography. And of course, I still suck at it, but it's still something that I find creative. And then I start liking editing, and that's like a video game for me. I just love editing, and I love taking pictures, and I love posting them. And, you know, so I really do love how everything is going right now. And I have to say, I am, as much as I am like, I have anxiety, I have depression, like, yeah, I mean, we all do, right? But obviously, I don't live my life constantly like that. There are some days that are harder than others. I'm not going to lie. My anxiety was like through the roof 2 days ago. Talked with a counselor or a therapist, and then I'm feeling a lot better today. A couple of days before that, I was going through a lot of anxiety, and then, now the depression's gotten a lot better, but at first I was alone. I mean, of course I'm going to be depressed, right? Like, you be alone for a whole week by yourself, and that's it. And I mean alone, because sometimes people are like, well, I'm alone right now. Did you go to work? Did you step outside? Did you see anybody? Okay, then that's not alone, right? I'm talking about alone for a week. Not seeing anybody. Don't go outside. Like, that's alone. That's what I'm talking about. And it gets lonely. So there's a difference between being alone and being happy and then being lonely. There are some times when I'm alone and I am not lonely. Like right now, an hour ago, all day today, actually, I wasn't lonely. I was alone. I didn't see anybody today. I saw my DoorDasher for like a quick hot second, and that was it. So there is a difference between feeling alone and being lonely. I was not lonely. I was alone today. But there was a time where I was lonely. And it's rough. So I decided to go on here and tell people, hey, you know what? I feel lonely. And I hope that this finds you comfort, because I don't want you to feel lonely either, because it is a common feeling that we all have at one point of our lives. So then I started making content about that, about feeling lonely and about depression and anxiety. But not every day do I live like that. I mean, I have to say, I am extremely grateful for everything. I'm extremely grateful for my health, for my cats. Like, I know what I have. But I just wanted to get on here, and even though I tell people and I leave comments saying, hey, thank you for being inspiration in my life, I do tell them in their comments. I tell them all the time. I'm like, hey, thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you so much for everything that you do. But I did want to tell you also that nobody should be giving up on anything. We all need to stay positive, and we all need to be able to still remember what our dreams are, and not move. We need to stay focused on the real prize, right? What we really want. We need to stay focused. And you can't just be looking around at side to side and, oh, what are they doing? And what do they say? Or what do they got going on? And, oh, I wish I had that. Like, you have to stop all of that. And you just have to really focus on what it is that you want. I think people look at me and think I must not be happy because I don't have what they have. And that's not it at all. That's not it at all. I don't want what you have, because if I did, I would have it. I don't want a lot of things that people have. And I have a minivan. You don't think I could have had another car? Of course I could have. But I didn't want it. I wanted what I wanted. And a lot of people don't. They must, I know they do. I know they see me and think, oh, they must not be happy because I have this and they don't. That's not it at all. So you can't be looking around at what other people have. You can't be seeing like, oh, I wish I had this, or oh, I wish I had that. You just have to. I mean, of course we all wish, right? We all want things. I wish I had chickens, and I don't. I wish I had 5 acres of land, but I don't. That's a little different, because those are still stuff that you can work on. And as long as you're working towards it, then, just wishing is knowing that it's not there. So we have to move past the wishing, and we have to move towards, I'm going to get it. That is what my goal is. It's not something I wish anymore. It is the goal that I'm going to eventually get. Because when you wish, it means you don't have it. But if that's what you're working towards, that just means in a matter of time, that's what I'm going to be getting. And I don't know what it is that you want in a matter of time. But follow those people that are those small channels and listen to their message because they're really the ones going out there. There's a lot of people that are out there and they're just like, keep going, keep trying to get it. Don't look at what anybody, don't even care about what they're saying. Don't even listen to what they're saying. You know how many people go on and say they don't even read their comments? Oh my gosh, there's this one girl, she puts out these beautiful videos. She's in Alaska. Beautiful videos. And she literally said in one interview that she doesn't read her comments. There was another guy. He said he doesn't read his comments. Um, and I was at first kind of like, oh wow, you don't read your comments? But I can see why. One person just said they don't even, one person today said you should get off of YouTube Studio because it makes you look at the videos, the views, you know what I mean? The engagement and the click through ratio and whatever percentage. And that helps them. And I get why. It helps them because they're not focused on like, oh, what did I do? No, what did I not do? They're just focused on getting on there, getting it done, not caring, just putting it out there and knowing that what's supposed to flow as far as encouragement and inspiration is going to flow. And when the person who is really going to be meant for that channel is going to hear that and they're not going to care about anything as far as their hair or their makeup or anything like that. So I thought I would follow their lead today, get on here live, looking like the way I do, bad angle, bad lighting, and just hope that those that this is supposed to reach out does, and those that need encouragement know that that's all this is about, is for you not to feel alone, because that's what helped me. And sometimes I like watching those vlogs with people just kind of cleaning and chit-chatting. I do because I think they're funny, and I find that encouraging too when I'm just at home sitting there watching videos, I mean, editing videos or doing the cleaning or the laundry. I kind of like watching them. I mean, I watch other things too, but so I kind of post some of those too because, you know, I want to be what it is that I like to watch when I'm out there. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. And I have a video coming out in a couple of hours because I put it on for tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, you guys have a good night.